Pruning is an agricultural technique aiming to increase a tree's production by removing certain parts of a plant, like the branches, the buds, and the roots. In 2015, a game of the same name won Apple and Time Magazine Game of the Year, Prune. It tells a story about the beauty of cultivation. Every stage, a root rises in darkness, and its goal is to reach the light. To boost the growth of the tree, the player cuts the external branches. This also helps draw a tree in a direction. When the tree reaches the light, flowers blossom and marking the victory of the player. My first semester at Purdue University, to be honest, didn't go so well. It starts off very floppy and then flows steadily for a while before becoming an academic nightmare all over again. It was a tough beginning for me. It's only natural that freshmen have to go through difficult stages before getting used to the system. So my biggest starting point would be to stop meeting my friends for a while. Because before college, I meet my friends once or twice a day. That was quite an amazing amount of time. However, the city I am living in is a beach city. It is somewhat very rural and we don't have any proper university yet. So every year, freshmen in tremendous amount move to different major cities seeking education, including most of my friends. That worked for me because both parties can concentrate in what they do and study. In the following weeks, my performance was spectacular. No games, no friends, no entertainment. I locked myself in a room 14 hours a day, just studying, in fear that I won't reach the major that I crave. Eventually, the situation gets better, and I set up a considerable amount of time every weekend to spend with my friends. Sometimes even video games. This was when I let my guard down and started meeting them even more frequently, which leads to my own downfall. I would try anyway to see my friends every day and get sunken into these relationships. The time I used for my study started to deplete and my grade was going down. Every night I studied until dawn, and every morning I dragged my corpse around and meeting people and tried to look happy. Doing things fast and carelessly, I barely got any insight into the lessons. Due to the stress, being with my friends only makes me feel more distant from them. I started to worry about this problem more than I actually study or enjoy my time with them. My entertainment has the exactly opposite effect on me. No longer am I feeling belonged or involved, and I start to feel less important. It used to be an opportunity to exchange ideas, to learn more about a person. I am just saying yes to everything and hoping that it will turn out well. The process of becoming a yes man. It is not the need to belong that killed my grades, but my ignorance of the situation. Now I live two lives at once, the life of an international student at Purdue and the life of a good friend in Vietnam. I can't bear to refuse to go with these friends, and even if I say no, they would ask again and again. And because I cannot give a valid reason outside of being busy, they can't understand me. And then this one time, I accepted to meet this girl after having refusing to go with her twice. I prepared everything, and just 5 hours before the date, I thought it was a good idea to sleep. After all, I had exhausted studying in the previous night. I ended up oversleeping myself, and she waited for me for hours. After this occurrence, I needed a serious reflection on my life. I was eluded and ignoring all my health, relationships, and academic standards. There is this movie when the story of two guys living in one identity. And I thought about these branches. I wonder if I have really spent my quality time with the people around me, or if I was just going with the flow. I worry that my tree has had enough pruning, because after all, I'm still a tree in the shadow. These external branches won't have bloomed the flowers, but just limiting the tree's body's growth. So easily, to get out of these relationships, I just need to escape from this reality. How? Fly to America, make new friends, live a normal life. I tell everyone that the 12-hour difference is tiring and that going to the US will boost my study a lot. Actually, I just want to get away from the people that I truly care about. Does this really fix the problem? Avoiding everything, avoiding doing it the hard way. I have all these tangled feelings, but I never actually mention it to any of my friends. So what is it I am hoping? To be around them until they realize my emotions and come ask me? That is not happening. I can't expect these people to be more sensitive. Yet I don't have the courage to tell them because I don't want them to worry about me. So finally, I make a final decision and told them how I really felt, starting with Tommy. And things starting to get better. I tried to be honest and stated the truth that I didn't really care about leaving for the US to enhance my study, but to find a new balanced life and leave everything behind. I was scared to face a problem head on, but this is the least thing I can do to solve the problem I am facing right now. This is a crisis. It's better late than never to understand the problem is with me and not that of everything else. It's hard to accept it at first, but this realization is actually a relief. So for the record, I have no more problems with my friends, and therefore I have no excuse for going to the US during these difficult times. I want to stay at home. The best line here I want to indicate is that I am to reach the best of myself, like the tree reaching the light source, then blooms the flower. I don't want these relationships to hold me back. After the incident, I and my friends have more understanding and respect for each other, and I feel like I have grown up a little bit more after all of these experiences. Thank you for listening to my Pecha Kucha.